Welcome to Toffee TV with me, Ped. No Baz this week. It's a bank holiday. He's abandoned me to go to Wales. Unreal. So we've got Elliot from the Bear Pit TV in. He's a Stoke fan. I know.
Don't annihilate me.
I know. The big question is, how did he get a day off from the waltzes? I don't know. But he's here. Right, the first question I want to ask you is, why is your channel called the Bear Pit TV?
It's the ground. You know, you come and it's feisty atmosphere. You know, no one. It's not even like that anymore. To be honest, it's a bit died down a bit. But you know, when we first came up, etc., it was a bit of a hostile place to go. So that's why it's the Bear Pit TV.
I didn't know that. There you go.
There you go.
That's
all learned something.
That's a big. So is that like a big Stoke fan thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
And now it's called the 365 Stadium. You must be so proud.
Do you know what? Peter Coates ploughs his money in.
Yeah.
You could call it the Peter Coates Stadium for all we care.
That's not, apart from feeding his ego, that's not going to do it much to help him, is it? No. So, I mean, we're going to talk about the game, obviously, because that's why you're here, and that would be really stupid not to talk about the game. But what are your expectations for Stoke this year?
It all depends on this transfer window. Next couple of days, we've got some people calling for Hughes out at the minute, which is daft, but I can see where people are coming from. But a couple of performances recently have been so bad. But you know, we need a striker. We need another defender. If we get both of those, and maybe someone else, I'd want to push for the Europa League. I
thought you had a whole lot of players who'd won the Champions League knocking on the door asking you to play for you.
No, we've got Champions League winners. We've got 4 or 5, most in the Premier League.
I know.
But no, it's, you know, the players that were on about coming in, Berahino, maybe Saka on loan from Liverpool. If not, Phil Jones been rumoured.
Yeah.
We do need some players.
Do you think that you have hit that ceiling where, I mean, obviously for years, you were a Championship or First Division, you come up, you've stabilised, and then you've moved on to that next bit now where suddenly the expectations have gone up, and suddenly you have got those players in through the door. Are you finding now that it's really hard to take that next step? Because that's what we found under Moyes, and I think that's where you are with Hughes in a way. I mean, you're getting probably the same kind of players we were under Moyes in his sort of like last 3 or 4 years. You're getting really good players of a type. Usually, and let's be honest, usually ones that have failed at the big clubs. Because that's the reality, isn't it?
It's Bojan, Shaqiri, all those guys, their careers are sort of going backwards. You'd expect it the other way around, like, you know, Barca, Ajax, AC Milan, Stoke. Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, Stoke. They're going the sort of wrong way, but you know, Mark Hughes is great at turning those players around. Like Arnautovic is a great example. He came from, you know, he Inter Milan, Jose Mourinho cast him off. We got him for 2 million. You know, Mark Hughes has really made him into the player he is today. He was our top scorer last season. He's probably our best player, attacking wise at least. You know, Mark Hughes just has this thing with turning around or making something out of those players who have failed elsewhere or careers seem to be going down.
No, he's a good manager. I know a lot about. I know there was fans who were looking for the summer for
it was rumoured with you guys.
You know, I mean, it's an obvious link. I mean, he played for the club, and you know there aren't that many top managers out there, so it was there was an obvious link, but I think it soon got dismissed. So yeah, I think Hughes from the outside looking in, Hughes are sort of looking for those next players to take it on, but it is so hard, isn't it, to find those players and find, I suppose, value. I mean, do you think you're going to be a club that are willing to pay 25 million for these sort of, I don't want to say average players, but just...
Yeah, I mean, a great example is, I think we're about to pay 20 million for Berahino.
God.
And, you know...
So isn't that just shot? Isn't that just last year of his contract as well, isn't he?
Last year of his contract.
That's ridiculous.
Jeremy Peace has been a knob for West Brom. He's just been a knob about it all. And you know, they'll cash in on him, and we'll pay that because English talent costs a lot more. It's coming to the end of his contract. We're desperate for a striker. Hughes is desperate for him. He's made it quite clear that he wants Berahino. There doesn't seem to be any other targets. It'll probably go down to the wire. I'll expect us to pay above 20 million. And you know, he's not some goal scorer. He hasn't been banging in goals.
No, and he's had a sulk for a year, and that always worries me because I always think, well, if he sulks to come to us, what will he do to get out of it. Will he be doing the same thing? So,
Exactly.
so Saturday. I mean, going into Saturday, I was quite worried about the game. I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be what it actually turned out to be. A quite close, a quite nervy game. I didn't think there was going to be huge amounts of chances. And I always felt, and we will come on to that, don't worry, I always felt it was always going to be something or, you know, something amazing or something really stupid that was going to change the game.
And it was, really. I mean, as soon as I saw the lineup, I knew we were in trouble. Because we started Crouch up top and we played Juve on the wing, and he's not a winger at all. I'm surprised we didn't give Ramadan Sabi, our new signing, who's a winger, a full Premier League debut. And as soon as I saw the lineup, I knew we were in trouble, because hitting balls up to Crouch, it's been and gone. I don't think we can do it anymore.
Why is that because he scored the hat-trick?
It's because he scored a hat-trick in the midweek against Stevenage. I mean, I could probably score a hat-trick against Stevenage.
Yeah, to be fair, you probably could. If anyone's watched the Borsey game, Elliot is fucking shit off. And he's quite good at FIFA as well. It's basically me when I was his age.
Just a younger version of you.
Basically a younger version than me.
And as soon as I saw the lineup, I was worried. And, you know, the game against Man City, it was 4-1, but it should have been a little closer. They got 2 goals in the last couple of stages.
Yeah.
And Middlesbrough, we turned it on in the second half. But when you start in Crouch up top, Juve on the wing, you're not getting positive into any game, really. And, you know, you guys had the best chances. I think we had 1 chance. We've had 3 shots on target in 3.
I think you had 2 chances. We'll come to them in a minute. But I mean, on the Crouch thing, I thought that was food and drink for what we had. If Foons Mori had been playing, I would have been quite worried, because the weird thing is Foons Mori and Peter Crouch have probably got 3 inches in him. Foons Mori is just defending. He's ridiculous at headers. He just can't seem to win anything. But if you put him in the other box, he's really good in the air. Now, if it'd been Crouch against Foons Mori, I would have been really worried. But when Jagielka up against Ashley Williams and Jagielka, you know, one way or another, they were going to get the better of him, and they're so experienced that if one of them lost the first ball, which you're always going to do to Crouch, or most of the time, one of them was going to be there to mop up the second one. And I found it strange that he was playing, and I thought, well, why hasn't he got like Bojan off him then? Just feeding off those little knockdowns.
I don't know why Bojan didn't play. Hughes seems like he's got something against Bojan. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's like slept with his daughter or something. I don't know what's gone on.
You either here first.
I don't know, but he's got something against Bojan. Bojan, for me, we should be building a team around that player. He's come from Barcelona. He's one of our best players by far, and he's not starting him in games. It's a really strange decision for me. But like I say, Crouch and Juve starting, I was worried straight away.
Yeah, I looked at that and I just thought, yeah, that makes it a little bit easier for us. You always worry about people like Crouch, though, because obviously he played for Liverpool and he did score the hat-trick. And then I was worried about your new signing, the Welsh Avi, of course, because I was thinking, you know, he had a good Euros. He's an ex-Liverpool player. I think the last meaningful thing he did for Liverpool was miss an absolute sitter against us, which I think that sort of sealed his fate as a Liverpool player. I mean, what's he been like? I mean,
he's been great for us.
He was brilliant in the Euros, wasn't he? To be fair,
he's been awesome. He's been everywhere. Like, he's got so much energy. He'll make attacks. He'll assist goals. He assisted a couple at Stevenage, and you know, then he's clearing one off the line or mopping it up at the back. And you know, Stoke fans couldn't be happy with Alan at the minute. He's been sensational since we signed him.
The game itself, I mean, I thought you started really well. I thought for the first 20 minutes, I mean, it was a hot, humid day, and I thought some of our players really struggled with. I mean, there's been lots of changes with the way. I mean, you've seen us last year. To be fair, one of our best performances was against you away from home, but at home we were desperate, and I thought the first 20 minutes we looked really tired, and I thought you boxed that first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You didn't really have many chances. I think you didn't really have that many chances. I think you had the one where the lad skipped into the box. I can't remember his name.
Mbula.
Yeah, it was Mbula. Yeah, who had actually a good game against Ghana. Both of them had a good battle against each other. He skipped into the box, and actually, I thought he was going to go down because he looked like someone had left the trigger.
I was waiting for him to pull the trigger. It was on but he's left-footed, and you know, if he got away from the defender and should have just smashed it, but he tried to cut back inside. And
the game for me changed when Ashley Williams played that long ball over the top, and Lukaku sort of out-muscled Shawcross. Horrendous first touch, took about 5 yards that way, and then Shawcross ended up cleaning it off the line. And I thought from that point on we grew in confidence and started bossing the game a little bit. And that battle of midfielders, say Garner and Bula, I thought that was brilliant tussle. I mean, Garner's been absolutely sensational.
I was going to say, did he come from Villa?
He came from Villa, yeah, for 7.1 million, and everyone was like...
I saw that and I thought, what a strange signing.
Well, they paid 9 for him, and then had a release clause for... and everyone was like, who's this lad? And in our first 3 games, well, 4 games including the Cup, he's been absolutely sensational. I think he might have the most tackles in the league so far, but he's just been... basically, he's the kind of player where you don't need another holding midfielder. Yeah, you can just get away with one, and that allows other players, Gareth Barry to play a little bit more free, Ross Barkley to be a little bit free. So from that point of view, I thought from then on, I thought we grew in confidence, and you know, we again crouch with those legs, clearing one off the line from Ashley Williams. And actually, that was another thing. I thought it was mad because I thought we did a lot better off set pieces than you did.
We're awful on set pieces. Last season we scored 1 set piece and it was the last game of the season. We've gone to...
Isn't that weird? Because everybody from the outside... Yeah. See, this is where it's so important that, like... I'm not bigging us all up here. This is so important. We do all have our own channels, because if you were to watch like mainstream media,
you still think we play long balls. You still think and
have long throw-ins and this kind of thing, because sometimes you just don't take notice of what it's like. Last season with us, everyone was saying, oh, you play amazing football under Martinez, and we're all sitting there going, we don't. Honestly, we're crying every week because it's that bad. But you watch your own team, and you know, obviously you get a better understanding when you watch our channels. You get a better understanding. So yeah, I thought we were the better of the first half. The second half as well, I thought we flew out the traps.
Yeah, you did. You amazed me in the second half. I thought you were so good. Like, just came at us, and we didn't know what to do. We didn't know how to set up. We didn't know how to deal with it, and the game went downhill for us from there. Really,
our energy levels second half just went through the roof. It was again, it's that fitness. It's so much. He's putting so much stock on the fitness. It's unbelievable. But let's talk about the contentious moments of the game. The penalty. Obviously, I mean, we should have gone in front just before. Lukaku, lovely exchange with Holgate, and I still can't understand what he did, or if the defender blocked it, or what. He just sort of went for the shot and then sort of mishit it. But at some point, it hit the defender and went out for a corner.
Yeah, strange one.
It was a strange one. Lukaku's just been... so far this season...
Do you think he's going to move?
No.
Think he's looking for a move? No?
I think he's looking for a move. He's not going to move, because we... As you've seen on Saturday, we don't have any other strikers. Like, literally, we don't. We're not far out of your boat. It's just that our striker that we have got is really, really good. So we are lucky in that. We are lucky in that from that point of view. But the goal itself, I mean, the corner, something that has immediately got better under Koeman is set pieces. Yeah. They couldn't not get better because they couldn't get worse. Straight ball into the box. Ashley Williams makes that run, and at some point Bardley's hair on his legs may have... I mean, I do think he touches him.
He does touch him.
He does touch him.
You know, if we're going to start giving penalties for that, then
is that worse? Does it fall into the same thing as the one Shawcross was given the penalty for against Man City?
I think that, I don't want to start sounding like Mourinho and
there's
an agenda, but we get caught out more than any other team for that sort of stuff, and I think refs are looking for it. And you know, we're seeing it now every week. This new rule, they've got to start pulling people up on it, but they've got to be consistent if they're going to do it. And you know, the pulling, the one against Liverpool and Tottenham.
That is a joke. That is a I've said this for years, right? I've said this for years. When a corner's being taken, I honestly think as soon as that ball gets put down, the game should be in play. Yeah. Right. So if anyone does anything, and I know some people go, well, it can't be in play because of this and that. It can be in play, and I can tell you why it can be in play, because no opposition player can go and get that ball because they have to be 10 yards away. So the game can be in play. How many times before this season, and we've seen it on Saturday, and it was mad that Liverpool won because the ball was actually in the air. I know when he told him to stop it. But I think as soon as the ball is in the quadrant, the game should be live. And I tell you what, because as soon as you start tussling, you could just go penalty, and actually that would eliminate half of these problems.
Definitely. I mean, for me, they're starting to pull people up on it now. If they're going to do it, they've got to do it properly. For the Bardsey one, it isn't pulling, and I don't think it's a penalty, really. They're just running next to each other. It's a tangling of feet. It's not intentional.
See, it's a weird one, this, because I actually think, going back to what we were just saying there, I actually think that the one Crystal Palace got was the worst one.
Yeah, it was awful.
It was like, they were just two players tussling, like they weren't even tussling with each other, they were just like, both of them were doing it. See, if that had been given against us, I'd have felt really aggrieved. But outside the box, it's a free kick, and this is the mad situation we've got ourselves in, as in football now. I think, again, something I've said, I think we should have the officials behind the goal,
like the Europa.
But they do the job, not they don't just stand there. Like they actually do a job. Like almost like when something's in the box, it's their box.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like they are in charge of the box, so they see something. It's their job to just go to the referee. That's a pen, and the referee has to accept their decision, because I just think football's so frenetic now, and there's so much going on that you need more pairs of eyes. And I know the easy option is to go, well, let's have a video replay. Why not just have another pair of eyes behind the goal? Yeah. And it's just their job to look after that. It does make sense, and you know what? It would also give people jobs.
There you go.
There you go. You know what I mean? I'm helping the economy. I'm helping the economy. I'm sorting football out. I'm getting people off the dole.
Vote for Ped.
There you go. I've sorted it all out. Yeah, it was very, very. I thought it was, at the time, I thought it was a penalty, but after watching it again, I just think. I always think the best way to look at a decision in football is if that had been given against you, and if that had been given against me, I'd have been going mad. I'd be going mad. So, from our point of view of the penalty, the main thing was, who's your penalty taker? Bojan, is it?
If he's on. Yeah,
he scored in City, didn't he? We've had this issue with penalties. We had basically the best penalty taker in the world. Yeah. He missed one against Man United.
And then was he taken off him?
Baines is this person. He's like sort of very reluctant. He's like a very quiet person. Yeah. Doesn't want like any responsibility. So he didn't never really want the pens. They were sort of thrust on him, and he just had to be very good at them. So when he missed one against Man United, and I think then it was like, let's give him to Lukaku. It'll get his goals up and all the rest of it. So he was on them. He missed one against West Ham last season. Against West Ham, we were 2-0. That made it 3. We ended up getting beat. Then he missed one in the semi-final against Man United. Yeah. We'd had the incident where Morales was fighting players for the penalties. We'd had Barkley miss one where Martinez said it was actually better that he missed it because it would teach him about the meaning of football or something. I don't know, something. One of those mad things Martinez used to say. Then we had Lukaku had missed a couple. Then I think Ross grabbed one in the pre-season and had missed. So Ross had scored like one of those dink ones against Newcastle last season, so he thought he was the dogs. So we come to this game, first penalty season, everyone's like, who's going to take it? Barkley wanted Morales, Baines just went, me, I'm having it, end of. So that was brilliant. The whole Gladysty was cheering because of that. It was great to see him stand up. So he takes it, keeper saves it, hits him on the head and goes in. Everyone's made. I'm sitting there going, I'm made up. Actually, I'm secretly not made up because I've just seen Baines miss a penalty, and I'm gutted because now his stats are down, and also I've got him in my fantasy football team.
How unlucky can we be as well? I mean, Given saves it.
No, I know.
Back off the post.
Back off the post. See, we deserved it. We deserved to be winning, but it was really unlucky.
We deserved nothing.
When you looks out, you looks out. So 1-0, and then. I think you had that little spell. It was the one where Arnautovic. I never know if I get that right. It is Arnautovic. Well, he had the one where the ball got through to him. Stekelenburg pushed him wide. He shoots. I think it hits Stekelenburg. It's the bat, and then Baines clears it away. That was your really only chance. And the other one was obviously when Stekelenburg gets in, pulls it back, and Walter's being the Evertonian he is, just sort of looked at it and just,
I'll leave this.
And they were your big two chances, and it would have been really interesting to see if you had scored at that point, how we'd have reacted and how you'd reacted, because football's about momentum, and I think we were tiring a little bit in that spell. we had a little bit of 10 minutes where we didn't quite have our second wind yet, and usually you have those big 2 chances, and it would have been really interesting to see confidence-wise for you and us if one of them had gone in.
We'd set up shop. If that went in, yeah, we'd have set up shop straight away. You'd have got another defender or something, and we'd have just played for the draw. Definitely. There's no chance we'd have gone for that far.
That's the Everton.
Didn't deserve the goal.
The Evertonian in me says you would have gone on and won the game.
No.
Because it would have been interesting to see how you react. Because that's one of the things that in the 3 games, Premier League games, we have made to finish teams off. Delafeu missed a brilliant chance against Tottenham first game. Last week, Lukaku and Ross Barkley had chances against West Brom to finish the game off, and at the end we were hanging on. And then Saturday we had Lukaku, Barkley, Kone, all had half chances, or not even like chances, just towards the end. I mean, I don't know if you noticed it because you probably just screamed at your own place, but Lukaku, the amount of times he got through and had a pass on and was just so desperate to score. And I've actually been given a bit of grief about it in like the comments of YouTube. I was saying people saying he played terribly, and I was like, well, he didn't have a good game, but he didn't go sulking either. Like, people saying, well, he wants to leave. He was desperate to score, but he was making bad choices because he was tired and just wanted to score so much, to be honest. So, but did you have like 3 forwards on towards the end?
Walter's Juve and Crouch, so yeah, you can count them as forwards, but you know, Juve's out on the wing. I don't know why.
But no Bojan again.
No Bojan. He came on and did, you know, a little bit towards the end.
Yeah.
It's a really strange one with Bojan. Like I said before, I mean, we played him as a striker sometimes. We played him in the false 9 at what we did so well over the Christmas period last year, beat United, City at home, and I'd like to see more of that. To be fair,
yeah,
I'd like to see us give it a go.
Well, the England squad's come out. Now a couple of players missing, which we'll talk about. Ross Barkley. Evertonians, I wouldn't say it's like a 50-50 split, but there's this portion of Blues that don't see it. I call it the magic eye. Right. It's like, if you see it, you see it. If you don't, you just like, what am I looking at here? Yeah. I mean, Saturday and other times, what's your thoughts on Ross Barkley? I
mean, he's a really promising player, and you can see the talent's there. And I think he's got so much potential. You know, how long ago was it? He was rumoured to, sort of get a move, or go on
2 years ago now.
Yeah, I mean, and that's passed. There isn't much interest in him now. And if I'm being completely honest, If I'm being completely honest, I'd expect him to have done a lot more by now. Maybe gone on a big goal scoring run where he comes to fruition. And when I look at Ross Barkley and when I think about this big Everton talent, I think I compare him to Rooney. I don't know if that's a bit unfair because they play in different positions. Yeah, but I'm expecting him to do something and set the world alight. Yeah, and I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen him do that. But there's definitely talent there. He's a promising young player. I'm a bit surprised he's been dropped from this England squad for other players like Henderson, and who are not doing so well at the minute. I'll probably go down a treat on this channel. But I'm just waiting for that.
Yeah, I think that's the genuine consensus over even people who love him to bits. I mean, the mad thing is, I think he's got 2 goals and 2 assists so far this season, so he's not doing too bad. Well, you know what I mean? He does frustrate, and you see all the promise of him. He's someone who picks the ball and carries it 30 yards, and then plays a 5-yard pass, and the pass doesn't get to the player. Yeah. And that's Ross Barkley in a nutshell, basically. If he could just start using the ball a little bit more. I mean, what frustrated me on Saturday about him was, towards the end of the game, he was giving away like, there was like 5-yard passes, or there was like through the eye of the needle passes, and he wasn't getting both of them. And you're a fan, you're sitting there, you're 1-0 up, there's 10 minutes to go, you're worrying. I mean, I remember being a Goodison last season, we were 3-2 up against you with 10 minutes to go, we ended up losing the game 4-3. That's a different day. You should have come in after that one. But that's football, and that's where football fans get frustrated, because they go, why aren't you doing the simple thing? Why aren't you just... And a lot of that comes with experience, but you are right, he's still only young.
How old is he now?
He's 22.
Yeah.
I think he's 22.
Still plenty of time.
But there's always that worry in fans that he's going to become Jack Rodwell.
Yeah.
He's going to become the player... He's going to become Theo Walcott. He's going to be that player when he gets to 28.
That's what you hate.
Yeah, when he gets to 28, people are going to still be talking about this one game he had, or the promise he still has, or still waiting for it. You know, he was captain in the week, but I think it's good to. It's interesting that he's been dropped by Allardyce. I'm not particularly arsed either way anymore, but it is interesting because for me, I think it's quite. If he wants to play for England, that's a good thing because he can start fighting his way in. But I think he just I don't know. He just needs. I love him to bits. I think he's got all the talent in the world. It just frustrates you when. You know, you've got talented players. It must frustrate when you see someone who's so talented, but just it can just be that final ball at times, or that just that missing little thing. Or Ross has got this horrible habit, I think, of holding on to the ball too long, which is a classic schoolyard thing. He holds on to the ball too long, and then you know the chance is gone. And I think he's just got to learn when to release that ball, and when he does release that ball, it's got to be a good ball.
Are you worried? So he does go on. Set the world alight. He goes on this run of games, scoring, playing amazingly. Are you worried about losing him?
No. I'm too old to be. I am though. I'm too old to be starting worrying about things like that. I got asked that question this summer about Koeman, and it was like, well, he'll leave the club one or two ways. He'll be sacked because he's terrible, or he'll go to a bigger club. Yeah. Because he's been brilliant. Which one would you rather have? And it's the same with someone like Barkley. Would you rather he had a terrible career at Everton and he was unfulfilled potential, but he's one of us, or would you see him sort of? There's three ways he could stay. I mean, he was captain in the week. He could stay and become an Everton legend and be brilliant, which some players does happen to them. Or you know, he's amazing and someone comes and takes him off him. Now, I would prefer the latter two, stay with us or leave us because he's brilliant. I don't want to see a young lad who's got so much potential just
waste it away,
piss it away. But he stayed with us. Oh, what a legend! Yeah, that's like selfish for me. You know, it's the same with the England thing. If he wants to play for England and he's desperate to play for England, then I'm gutted that he's not in the England squad. I'm not that bothered myself. But when people go, "Oh, made up, he's not in the England squad," well, if he wants to play for the England squad, I'm a little bit disappointed. But
we don't have that problem.
Well, I mean, moving on, I wanted to.
We don't have the problem with England.
What did you think Shawcross was going to get in this one?
No, not this one. He hasn't been good enough for this one.
I didn't think he was very good.
He hasn't been good enough for this one, but there's been times where he should. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's Big Sam's in now, so hopefully.
Well, he brought back Jagielka.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is mental.
I find that crazy.
I find it
this
crazy.
New young England.
Well, I think that's been ripped up now, though. I don't think that really matters.
Well, yeah, he's getting Terry back in apparently.
I think what we tend to do is, I say we very loosely. I think what England tend to do is they go, right, we're going to do this, and when that thing doesn't work, they go, right, let's rip it up and start again. And what they don't do is they don't analyse why something didn't happen and try and build on it. They go, that didn't work, let's start again. And then when that doesn't, and that's why England, and I've just basically solved all England's problems in one go. They don't. That's what they don't. They don't. It's like no, but it's true though. They don't sit there and go, what were the good points? What were the bad points? Well, this was the bad points. The manager's crap. Sound. That's it. Basically, they go rip it all up and start again. Jagielka, I find, is mad because he's going to be, by the time Russia comes, he's going to be 38.
One of the things I never get with England squads, as you sort of leading on to, I never get. So you calling up Jagielka now, he's probably not going to be there for the World Cup. You start betting the team in that's going to be playing for me. Yeah. You get you centre back pairing who you're expecting to play in the World Cup.
But I didn't think. I wasn't sure if this was going to be a touchy subject because I know how much he's loving, but I didn't think Shawcross was that good on Saturday.
He hasn't been great this season.
No,
not yet.
I mean, it's only early, but
he's got a back problem.
How old is he?
He's 28.
Do you think he's suffering from? Do you think he's suffering from that sort of? He's had that expectation for so long, and he's not got the England place. He's not got. I don't know whether he's been ever looked for a move. I don't know whether I don't think he's ever been linked with too many moves away. Do you think he's? Do you think he's
linked with you guys a couple of times?
No, people love linking him with us just because of he's kind of defender we need. But do you think he's in danger of just his career just petering out?
I mean, he gave a couple of comments ahead of the Euros, and he's just given up. He isn't even thinking about it or caring about it.
I think that's worrying though, because that's almost like saying, well, I've given up on any ambition in football.
I mean, I can't deny his ambition for club football. He's got a back injury at the minute. His back's knackered. He's just playing through it because he wants to play. But he says he's pretty much given up on his England spot, which... But not giving up as in he doesn't want it. He'd love to play for England, but he's been overlooked to that much. There's a time when, when it happens so often, you're just like, well, I'm not expecting anything anymore. I
honestly thought he'd be in the squad, just because I thought Allardyce would want to right some wrongs from
previous regime.
Like, I'm in now and I'm going to do this, and he's hardly done anything. What he's done is actually got rid of two of England's biggest talents, Rooney, Rashford and Barkley, and we won't even count Wilshere because I don't count Wilshere as a footballer.
No, it's a really strange one. But like Stoke fans, sort of like whenever we post anything on our channel about England, Stoke fans hate England. Like,
dude, I thought Stoke would be an absolute breeding ground for England.
No, like people hate it. People are like, oh, we hate England, we hate Rodgers, and obviously he's gone now, but...
Is that because of the Shawcross thing?
Yeah. We hate it. But we've had a saviour in Jack Butland, and...
I love Jack Butland.
I heard about you trying, you won't nick him. You're not nicking him.
When Jack Butland signs for us, that'll be a big day. No, he's boss. I love Jack Butland. I think he's England #1. I think he's a brilliant player. We should have bid for him.
Pep Guardiola has apparently said that he's his long-term future choice.
That's nice for him, isn't it? Isn't that nice for Pep? Like, I don't know where I'll be in 3 years, but I'm taking Jack with me. Isn't that nice? Nice one, Pep.
Get Claudio Bravo.
I think he probably said that. I think he probably said that about John Stones about 3 years ago. Yeah. John, I don't know where I'll be in 3 years, but I'll see you there, lad.
Come in with me.
I'll see you there wherever I turn up. Some football man, it's lovely, aren't they? But Shawcross. Yeah, I thought he was careful, so to be honest. But
no, hopefully he picks it up. If it'd be interesting to see if Shawcross does go on a good run of games and starts playing well. Will he get the call up? Will we talk about it? And then I'd like to see what happens, say the next squad.
A couple more points I just wanted to make from Saturday, and I thought the battle between Garner or Gay. His name's Gay, but he's got Garner back there. He's got Garner back with shit. His name's Gay.
Yeah. So
I suppose we have to call him Garner. I don't know what to call him. Idrissa. What do I call him Idrissa? That's far too familiar for me. Garner Gay. We just call him Garner Gay.
Garner Gay.
I don't know what to call him. I don't know what to call him. I thought his battle with Mbula was really good. You know, how much you paid?
18 million.
You paid 18 million from Portugal, didn't he? And I thought that was a really good tussle. I thought because Ghana, guys, say he's been brilliant so far. I thought it was a really, they both won, but I thought it was a really good battle. I thought that was a really big part of the game.
Yeah, it was interesting to watch because both defensive midfielders who like to bring the ball out as well. If I'm correct, I don't know.
But he just likes to win the ball. Yeah, basically,
Mbula likes to run with it, and you probably saw it a lot on Saturday because he gave it away a few times, and a lot of fans were getting really miffed at that. But you should probably play a little more attacking. Because he can do the defensive bit, but he likes to run with the ball too much. He'll like to go up the pitch and just leaves Glenn Whelan by himself, twiddling his thumbs. But no, it was a good one to watch. And Mbula, for me, this is his second season in the Premier League. We signed him in January last year. Hopefully he's one of those who'll just get better and better. Now he gets used to it, and he's sort of one of those Rolls Royce midfielders. Yeah. He's not at that level. He's not. We compare him to Yaya Toure without the goals. So it's all
and the cake.
Like that. Yeah, and the cake. His birthday cake.
But so I thought that was a good battle. I thought the other one, a player I was really... Arnautovic, has he changed his hair and his style because Zlatan is here now?
Maybe.
And
I have to change my hair.
And he's gone for the Messi look now because obviously he was a player we were linked with in the summer.
Yeah.
Because he wanted a new contract, and basically, if you want a new contract, you just say Everton after you. That's what you did. It's what I'm going to actually start. I'm going to go to Ball Street and go, "Bird Everton after you," and they'll go, "Everton not after you, lad, in any capacity." But so I thought he was really. I thought Holgate had a really good game against them and kept them to the point he wasn't very happy. He was kicking up a bit of a fuss and
he's always like that,
going down.
Rudy Git.
Yeah.
But he, you know, Arnautovic, he's one of our best players. But with him, if you just signed him, you'd have found out. But he's so inconsistent. He'll have the game like that, where it won't go his way, and he'll just get moody and strop about it. And there'll be the games where he just absolutely runs the show. And it's too far between for me. But when he does turn it on,
you're just hoping that as he gets a little bit older, the consistency gets better and better and better. And you do see that with players. It can be just 1 minute you're thinking, you know, where did they come from? Because it suddenly just turns for them and they're starting to do it week in and week out. But I think that a lot of that comes from their own motivations as well.
Yeah. Do
they want to do it, or are they just happy, you know, having a man bun or something and driving Lamborghinis, which seems what a lot of footballers do now. So yeah, I thought we deserved the 3 points. I thought we should have got a couple more. You know, Stoke playing long ball. I mean, who'd have thought it? After we told all those days were over. So what? Let's
bring them back.
I mean, let's just finish on. What are your expectations for the season now? You are bottom of the Premier League. I didn't want to bring that up.
Thanks.
But to be fair, you've played two of the toughest teams in the league so far, you know, Man City and Everton, so, you know.
For me, again, it's transfer window. We get a striker and a
big couple of days.
It's a big few days for us.
Yeah.
I expect some money to be spent. And if it's not, I'm seriously worried. I'll be worried about relegation if we don't sign anyone, honestly. If we don't get a defender and a striker, we will be in trouble. But if we do, with the rest of the squad we've got, I think we could push for European places.
And if you want to know about the transfer deadline day, we're on Ball Street. We've got it covered all day. We're going to be in this studio for like hours and hours and hours. So something better happened, because I was here in January and nothing happened, and we ended up playing keep you up footy with balloons.
Oh God!
It was riveting entertainment. But I think stuff will happen, and I think it'll be a busy day for whether it be Everton, Stoke, West Brom, whoever. I think it's gonna be a dead busy day. So make sure you get on the Ball Street channel. Make sure you subscribe to the Ball channel. Make sure you get there. Elliot, what can I say, mate? You're a man. You're a man for coming up. Because I tell you what, if we'd been beaten by Stoke, I would have told you to off if you'd asked me to come on your channel.
Yes,
so you are an absolute gentleman for coming on. You know. I know you lived in Liverpool for a few years, so you obviously got a soft spot for Everton, of course. So make sure you go and watch the Bear Pit TV. But if you don't want to go and watch the Bear Pit TV for obvious reasons, catch Elliot on Ball Street as well. Go and watch his performances against
hashtag
FC. That Spencer dude, you know, the one who just puts his life on YouTube and kids love him. I don't get it myself personally, but Elliot just run rings round him, boss the back, bitch slapped them. Get in touch with us anyway. Comments in the video below. You know, are you down with Elliot's look? I mean, you know, he looks like he literally just walked out of Creamfields. He's done a set or something.
I did.
Literally, no, I think if you just walked out of Creamfields, you'd still be in a car park trying to get out of Creamfields. Yeah. Comment in about this game. Your thoughts. I know we've changed it up this week. Blame Baz. He's on holiday.
Don't blame me.
He left me on my own. I had the bright idea to bring in Elliot to laugh at him, and I felt so sorry for him. I just couldn't laugh at him. So, thanks for watching The Final Word. We'll catch you later on Toffee TV.